How's it going, everybody? It's Carpo. I've been working inside in the house, varnishing my new cabinets, and so I had to step outside before the fumes got to me. And, hopefully they didn't get to me already, and otherwise I'd start talking about something like, spirit or the soul, or, oh, too late. Alright, well, I wanted to talk about the spirit or the soul. I was originally going to say the soul, but I guess people have different interpretations of what the soul and the spirit are. So let's just throw the metaphors, the names, everything aside, and just say the something that may exist outside of us after we die, or rather the consciousness carries on, or our awareness, whatever you want to call it, that's outside of the human body, or that can be carried on. Whatever it may be. Let's just say for a minute that exists. And what I was considering was the idea that if you walked into a room full of scientists, let's say, and you started talking about the afterlife, or even mentioned that term, even if a few of them did believe in something beyond human, beyond the human world, the human life, there would still be, everybody would roll their eyes, and as a group, you would be ridiculed or ignored, whatnot. So most people would choose to keep something like that, obviously away from the scientific side, and that's proper, because science is science, and science is set up the way it is for a reason, and it works for its purpose. But the thought that really occurred to me was that society completely depends upon science. Everyone in society depends upon science for our innovations. It's pretty much, science is the method. There's really no other method for creating things. You have to do the scientific method. That's what we use. So people who ridicule science obviously don't understand it, because it's everywhere. Science is what we are. We've created all of this, through scientific method. At least a lot of it. Anyway. Point being that, considering how many people believe in a soul, I'm talking about 73% in America of Americans that believe in God, or Christian God, and that doesn't even include all the spiritual people who believe in various other gods or entities or whatnot. A vast majority of people believe that there's something outside of this realm. Now, this casts quite a shadow on the atheist community that believes in absolutely nothing, because, on one hand they believe that, and I say they, I'm not separating myself from atheists. I'm not an atheist, and I'm not religious. But I do believe that there's an essence outside of our being. Now, without getting too far into it, I guess I just wanted to say that I have absolutely no scientific basis for what I believe. And I've come to terms with that, and most people are all going to have to come to terms with that. But you can't explain God with science, and that's the root of what this video is about. That science will never be able to explain the experience people have, the religious experience. They can explain the parts of the brain that are activated, but what people consider God, you can try psychology, you can try neuroscience, but I think we all know that some of these things just are felt and can never really be explained. So, when a person wants to be rational, they get to a point in their life where, and this isn't for everyone, this is just what's occurred to me, for example. I've always been a super rational person, and then in my life, things have happened to me that are just so out there, as far as the synchronicities, the coincidences, the likelihood of the happening, such as, sightings of the UFO experience I had last year, psychic things that appear to be just, wow, significant. And I would cast them off, and I always rationalize everything that happens, and certain feelings I have, by saying, well, this is why the brain does this, the brain does that. And I got bored with it. Whoa, hey buddy. Scared the hell out of me. It wasn't explaining anything. It wasn't really getting its point across. And so whoa, that freaked me out. So science wasn't answering the biggest questions that I had. And like, what are these experiences? And when you talk to people in the, say, psychedelic community, when we talk about like communicating, like psychic experiences people have had. All I have to do is just, if you've had them, you know what I'm talking about. They're beyond comprehension, and it's a whole other video that I want to do about psychedelics. So I'm probably going to do that one next instead of getting into that. But you can't really explain away the soul with science. People just have to figure out whether they want to believe in something or not. And instead of spending so much time trying to prove or disprove these things, I think that we just need to look at, wow, that plane is really low. It's a windy day. They probably got them on a super low course. Crazy, man. Yeah, it's been really windy here in Portland, dude. So, anyway, I'm just talking, I'm just rambling. I don't know. Maybe somebody will be able to scientifically prove these things one day or explain everything away, but I really don't think human curiosity will ever be satisfied by an explanation of any sort. And that's kind of my conclusion. So, I'll leave it at that and get to my psychedelic video, because that's the one I really want to do now. Have a good night.